Here's the church, here's the steeple. Open it up, and here's all the people.
When people were bringing their children to Jesus to bless them, the disciples tried to run them away. But Jesus said, "No, let them come to me. Do not hinder them, for such belong the kingdom of God." When you have Jesus in your heart, you really relate to people much differently than you do without Him. The spiritual dimension of the ministry is so important that we get them into Christ, loving Christ, and obeying Christ, and following Christ. In 1988, Steve and I were invited to a National Youth Conference in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The church there was doing what we felt like might help here.
And we were struggling with how do we speak to the needs of this city to cause growth, to help people potentially come together. And Bob was a part of that group.
I didn't think we could continue being the church that God called us to be if we just sat and ministered to the people who were already here.
I knew that there was a need for a group to reach out to our kids to provide wholesome activities, a place for the children to go after school. We needed tutoring and needed activities. So it was just perfect that Emerald Youth grew organically from this neighborhood and served these children.
My thought was, let's get to doing this. Let's start and see what God does.
Getting involved with Emerald Youth was a stellar move for Faith Promise Church. We just said, hey, can we come alongside you and we'll give you hands and hearts, we'll give you money and resources, because we don't want to recreate, we just want to breathe wind, and our people want to help. And so it was just a perfect marriage. We love Emerald Youth.
We decided to incorporate our ministry because it was a good idea, and it also focused on another group of young people that we were not reaching and bringing them into the church.
Steve had the idea that without being connected to a church, this program would not work. It needed to have a home base where there was people who love the children, teach the children, embrace the children. The church has a real important part in this ministry.
As important as it is to grow faith in the city, it's also important to grow health and relationships with respect to our young people. And one way that we've been able to do that well is through our sports program.
In FCA, we have had a constant desire to reach more into urban Knoxville. There are more young people involved in sports than ever before. And so we have an opportunity through sports to impact these young people. We do that one person at a time. We do that one kid at a time, one team at a time.
I just felt led to go see the mayor, but said, Mayor, we want to help. We have thousands of people and we want to help. What can we do to help Knoxville?
I got a call from Chris Stevens from Faith Promise Church to say that they really wanted to get involved in the inner city and working with people who had need.
He said, Emerald Youth has got a project that we're partnering with them on. It's a swimming pool. If you guys could help, I said, oh yeah, we'll do that, no problem.
Emerald Youth really reaches out to children and helps them to feel that love.
So why do we need more churches? Emerald Youth has grown to the point where we're serving nearly 2,000 youth, and that's an impressive number. But when you think about there being 12,000 youth in urban Knoxville, there's still a 10,000 person gap.
I think it's important that we continue to invest to make sure that more of our kids are reached and have this well-rounded, holistic approach.
We need everyone. We need volunteers. We need supporters. We need people that are desiring to make a difference right here in the urban Knoxville community. There's so much need. There's so many that need our help. What a blessing it is to be a part of something that is truly making a difference right here in our community.
It's going to make a difference. God's going to make a difference. And we can make a difference being a part of that.